Someone is planning to kick you out by using. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because what's unfolding around you isn't random pressure or bad luck, it's a quiet test of discernment that your soul was prepared for long before this moment arrived. You may have felt it already, a subtle tightening when certain conversations happen, a strange hesitation before responding to messages, a sense that the ground beneath you feels slightly unstable even though nothing obvious has happened yet. Don't scroll. Listen to this. That feeling is not fear, it's awareness activating. There is someone watching your position, your role, your place, and instead of addressing things directly, they're relying on indirect methods, influence, suggestion, quiet narratives, and timing. This message is for you because the universe does not let you be blindsided when your spirit is awake. Your heart needs this right now because you are standing at the edge of a reveal, and how you move in this next phase matters more than how loud you speak. You've been sensing a shift in energy around authority, stability, or belonging, whether that's in work, home, or a space you thought was secure. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This isn't about panic. It's about positioning. When someone plans to remove you indirectly, it's often because your presence threatens something they can't control. Your integrity, your intuition, your consistency, or your growth has made you visible in a way you didn't intend. You didn't do anything wrong. You simply outgrew a role that benefited others more than it benefited you. Your heart needs this right now because the universe is asking you to stop shrinking to maintain peace. Angel numbers may have been appearing around you lately, especially when you're thinking about security or your future. 1111 when you wonder if you're safe. 222 when you consider whether to trust someone's words. 444 when you quietly ask for protection. Don't scroll. Listen to this. These are not warnings of loss, they are confirmations of guidance. You are being watched over during a transition. Someone's plan does not override divine timing. What they're trying to use against you, silence, assumptions, pressure, manipulation, will not work the way they think it will, because your awareness has already changed the outcome. This message is for you because you're being asked to move wisely, not emotionally. Observe who controls information. Observe who benefits if you're removed. Observe who suddenly becomes distant or overly polite. Don't scroll. Listen to this. The universe is sharpening your perception right now. You may feel drawn to document things, to double-check details, to trust your gut before agreeing to anything. That's not paranoia. That's preparation. This is also deeply connected to your spiritual awakening. When you awaken, you disrupt systems that rely on unconscious compliance. People who operate through control feel threatened by clarity. Your heart needs this right now because your awakening is not meant to be comfortable for everyone, it's meant to be truthful. You may feel moments of loneliness or self-doubt during this phase. That's normal. Transitions always test your faith before they reveal their purpose. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This situation is also tied to your soulmate path, even if that seems unrelated right now. Your true soulmate energy aligns you with environments where you are valued, not tolerated. Sometimes the universe removes you from spaces that cannot support the future love and stability meant for you. What feels like being pushed out is often divine redirection disguised as resistance. Your heart needs this right now because you are not being rejected, you are being repositioned. Pay attention to your dreams, your intuition, and sudden ideas about new paths. These are not distractions. They are exits forming quietly. Don't scroll. Listen to this. You do not need to confront anyone right now. Silence, consistency, and awareness are your protection. Let people reveal themselves through their actions, not their explanations. Keep your energy calm. Keep your intentions clean. The universe handles exposure better than emotion ever could. This message is for you because you are protected even when circumstances feel uncertain. Stay grounded. Stay observant. Stay connected to this guidance. If this resonates, it's because you're meant to see the plan before it unfolds, not to stop it with fear, but to outgrow it with wisdom. Subscribe and stay connected, because what comes next is clarity, stability, and a place where you cannot be quietly pushed aside again. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because the pressure you've been feeling is not imaginary and it's not your fault. Something has been moving quietly behind the scenes, not loudly enough to confront, not openly enough to accuse, but just enough to create unease, and your intuition has been trying to get your attention before your mind talks you out of it. You may have noticed small shifts, changes in tone, fewer invitations, delayed responses, rules that suddenly feel flexible for others but rigid for you. Don't scroll. Listen to this. That is how displacement often begins, not with conflict, but with narrative, with positioning, with subtle attempts to make you doubt your footing so someone else can step into the space you occupy. This message is for you because the universe does not let aware souls be removed quietly without first offering clarity. Your heart needs this right now because you are being asked to stop internalizing pressure that was never meant to define your worth. Someone believes they can move you out by influencing perception rather than addressing reality, by shaping opinions instead of facts, by waiting for timing instead of speaking truth. But here's what they underestimated. You are not where you are by accident. You didn't arrive here because of luck. You arrived because you were aligned, consistent, and prepared, and that alignment has protection built into it. Don't scroll. Listen to this. You may feel the urge right now to over-explain, to defend yourself preemptively, to prove your value louder than usual. Pause. That urge is understandable, but it's not required. The universe is asking you to move differently in this phase. Observation over reaction. Documentation over emotion. Calm over chaos. Pay attention to who controls information flow, who speaks for others, who suddenly frames situations without including you. That's where the plan hides. And your heart needs this right now because seeing clearly is your advantage. Angel numbers may have been showing up more often when you think about security, stability, or your future. 111 when you consider speaking up. 222 when you weigh trust against caution. 444 when you quietly ask to be protected. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Those signs are confirmations that timing is being handled beyond what you can see. Someone may believe they're operating strategically, but divine timing overrides manipulation every time. This situation is not here to scare you. It's here to reposition you into strength. Your spiritual awakening has changed how you occupy space, and when that happens, systems that rely on hierarchy or control feel disrupted. People who move through influence rather than integrity feel exposed by your presence. That's why pressure builds quietly. Your heart needs this right now because you are not meant to play small to remain comfortable. You may notice that your intuition is sharper than ever, nudging you to save messages, clarify expectations in writing, ask neutral questions, or slow down decisions. That's not suspicion. That's wisdom activating. You are being guided to protect yourself without becoming defensive. Don't scroll. Listen to this. There is also a deeper layer here connected to your soulmate and long-term stability. The universe does not anchor your future in environments that require you to constantly justify your place. Sometimes what feels like being pushed out is actually divine relocation, moving you toward spaces where you are chosen openly, not tolerated quietly. Your true alignment does not require politics, anxiety, or self-erasure. It requires clarity and respect. Your heart needs this right now because loss is not what's being prepared here. Transition is. And transition always feels unstable before it reveals its purpose. You may feel moments of doubt, wondering if you missed something, if you should have done more, said less, stayed quieter. Release that. You did what you were meant to do at the level of awareness you had at the time. Now you are being asked to act from a higher level, one that doesn't panic, doesn't overshare, and doesn't rush to confront. Silence is not weakness in this phase. It's leverage. Consistency is your shield. Integrity is your anchor. Don't scroll. Listen to this. The plan against you relies on you reacting emotionally or withdrawing completely. Do neither. Stay present. Stay professional. Stay grounded. Let patterns reveal themselves naturally. The universe is exceptionally good at exposing what is hidden when you remain steady. And if you've been feeling tired lately, emotionally or physically, that's because your body knows a shift is happening. Rest when you can. Protect your energy. Avoid unnecessary disclosures. Not everyone needs access to your thoughts right now. Your heart needs this right now because discernment is love for yourself. If dreams have been vivid or repetitive, pay attention. They're rehearsals for clarity. If opportunities elsewhere begin to surface unexpectedly, don't dismiss them. That's the universe opening doors quietly before one closes. You are not being cornered. You are being guided. Don't scroll. Listen to this. By the time the full picture becomes visible, you will already be standing in a position of strength, either protected where you are or smoothly transitioned to somewhere better. That's how divine protection works. It moves you before pressure turns into harm. Stay connected to your intuition. Stay aligned with truth. Stay calm. This message is for you because you are not meant to be removed in silence or confusion. You are meant to move with clarity, dignity, and support you didn't even know was forming yet. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because the situation you're in has reached the stage where silence is no longer emptiness, it's information. You may feel it in the pauses, in the way people speak around you instead of to you, in the way decisions seem to happen just outside your awareness. That's not coincidence. That's positioning. And the universe is making sure you see it clearly without letting it shake you. You've already noticed how your intuition has become sharper, how you sense shifts before they fully materialize, how your body reacts before your mind finds reasons. That's not anxiety. That's alignment. Don't scroll. Listen to this. When someone plans to move you out indirectly, they rely on one thing above all else, your self-doubt. They count on you questioning your value, your timing, your place. They expect you to either overreact or disappear quietly. What they didn't anticipate is that your awareness has outgrown their strategy. You are no longer operating from fear. You are operating from clarity, and clarity changes outcomes. Your heart needs this right now because this phase is testing whether you trust your inner knowing more than outside narratives. You may feel a strong urge to explain yourself, to defend your contributions, to remind others of your worth. Pause. Not because you're wrong, but because your power right now is in restraint. The universe is teaching you that not every truth needs to be spoken immediately. Some truths are revealed through timing, patterns, and consistency. Pay attention to who controls the story, who benefits from your removal, who speaks confidently without including facts. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Those are the threads you're meant to notice, not pull at emotionally. This is also why angel numbers may be appearing more insistently now, especially during moments of uncertainty. 111 when you feel the urge to speak up. 222 when you weigh trust against caution. 333 when confusion tries to creep in. 444 when you silently ask for protection. These are confirmations that you are being guided to move wisely, not impulsively. Someone may think they're acting strategically, but divine timing is already ahead of them. You are protected not by confrontation, but by alignment. Your spiritual awakening has shifted how you occupy space, and when you stop participating in emotional games, the games lose their power. Don't scroll. Listen to this. You may notice now that you're being nudged to prepare quietly. To organize, to document, to solidify your footing without making announcements. That's not fear-based planning. That's foresight. The universe often prepares exits and reinforcements simultaneously, so you're never left without ground beneath you. Your heart needs this right now because you are not meant to be cornered into scarcity thinking. You are meant to remember that your value travels with you. No one can remove what was divinely assigned. If a space can be influenced to exclude you, it was never meant to hold your future. And that realization is not loss, it's liberation. This moment is also connected to your long-term stability and soulmate alignment, even if it doesn't seem like it. The universe does not anchor your future love, peace, and purpose in environments that require constant self-defense. Sometimes pressure appears to push you forward, not out. What feels like rejection is often redirection wrapped in discomfort. Don't scroll. Listen to this. You may feel waves of exhaustion lately, a deep tiredness that isn't just physical. That's because transitions tax the nervous system before they reward the spirit. Rest is not avoidance right now. It's strategy. Protect your energy. Be mindful of what you share and with whom. Not everyone needs access to your thoughts while clarity is still unfolding. Silence is not secrecy. It's discernment. If dreams have been vivid, repetitive, or symbolic, pay attention. They are rehearsals, not warnings. If opportunities elsewhere begin to appear subtly, conversations, ideas, invitations, don't dismiss them. The universe opens doors quietly before it closes others. Your heart needs this right now because you are not being left without options. You are being guided toward better ones. Don't scroll. Listen to this. The plan against you relies on time and pressure, but divine timing dissolves both. The more grounded you remain, the more visible the truth becomes without you lifting a finger. Stay consistent. Stay observant. Stay anchored in integrity. Let actions speak. Let patterns reveal themselves. The universe has a way of exposing what is hidden when you refuse to panic. By the time the situation reaches a turning point, you will already be positioned safely, either protected where you are or smoothly transitioned into a place that recognizes your worth openly. That's how protection works when your spirit is awake. This message is for you because you are not meant to be quietly displaced. You are meant to move forward with dignity, clarity, and support that you don't yet see but is already forming. Stay connected to your intuition. Trust the pauses. Trust the signs. And trust that what's unfolding is not an ending, it's a correction in your favor. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because the phase you are in is no longer about discovering what's happening, it's about holding your ground while the truth organizes itself around you. You may feel a strange calm settling in, even as uncertainty still exists, and that calm is not denial, it's inner authority returning to its rightful place. You're no longer scrambling to understand every signal or decode every silence. You're watching. You're noticing. And that shift alone has already changed the outcome more than you realize. Don't scroll. Listen to this. When someone attempts to remove you indirectly, they expect confusion, emotional reactions, or withdrawal. What they did not anticipate was your ability to stay present without becoming reactive. Your steadiness is disrupting their plan. You may notice that things feel slower now, like decisions are being delayed, narratives aren't landing the way they were supposed to, momentum feels stalled. That's not coincidence. That's resistance meeting clarity. Your heart needs this right now because patience is not passive in this season, it's powerful. The universe is stretching time so that what's hidden has no choice but to surface on its own. You don't need to expose anything. You don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to rush. Your consistency is doing more work than words ever could. Don't scroll. Listen to this. You may feel moments where doubt tries to creep in, where you wonder if staying quiet is costing you something. That's the old survival voice talking. The awakened version of you knows the difference between silence that protects and silence that abandons. Right now, your silence is intentional. It's observant. It's discerning. And it's keeping you out of traps that rely on emotional missteps. Pay attention to who becomes uncomfortable with your calm. Pay attention to who keeps trying to provoke reactions or urgency. That's information. Your heart needs this right now because emotional control is leverage in environments built on manipulation. Angel numbers may still be appearing, but now they show up during moments of stillness instead of panic. 111 when you decide not to explain. 22 when you choose trust over suspicion. 333 when clarity arrives without effort. 444 when you feel protected even without proof. Don't scroll. Listen to this. These signs are reminders that timing is being managed beyond what you can see. Someone may believe they're orchestrating an outcome, but outcomes rooted in distortion collapse under truth without resistance. You are being guided to stay aligned, not to win an argument. This situation is also teaching you something deeper about power. Power is not raising your voice. Power is not controlling perception. Power is knowing who you are without needing agreement. Your heart needs this right now because you're stepping into a version of yourself that doesn't chase validation or security from unstable sources. You may notice that you're being nudged to quietly strengthen your foundations, organizing documents, clarifying responsibilities, exploring options, not because you expect loss, but because you expect growth. That's wisdom. That's foresight. The universe prepares exits and reinforcements at the same time, so you are never without ground. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This phase is also aligning you with environments that can truly support your future, including love, stability, and purpose. Your soulmate energy is not meant to be anchored in spaces that undermine you. Sometimes a shift in one area is required before another can arrive fully. What feels like pressure now is actually refinement. You are being refined out of situations that no longer match your frequency. Your heart needs this right now because you are not losing ground, you are changing terrain. And terrain matters when you're building something lasting. You may feel tired lately, not because you're weak, but because your nervous system has been processing change before it becomes visible. Rest when you can. Pull back when needed. Protect your energy. This is not the season to overshare plans or feelings with people who haven't earned your trust. Discernment is self-respect. Don't scroll. Listen to this. If your dreams have been vivid, strategic, or symbolic, pay attention. They're showing you movement, not danger. If opportunities begin to surface quietly, conversations, ideas, invitations, don't dismiss them as distractions. They are options forming in real time. The universe does not wait until one door slams shut before opening another. It overlaps transitions so you're never left unprotected. By the time the full picture becomes undeniable, you will already be positioned somewhere safer, stronger, and clearer. That's how divine correction works. It moves you before harm becomes impact. Stay grounded. Stay consistent. Stay aligned with truth, not fear. This message is for you because you are not meant to be quietly pushed out, diminished, or erased. You are meant to move forward with dignity, awareness, and support you don't yet fully see. Trust the pauses. Trust your calm. Trust that what's unfolding is not working against you, it's rearranging in your favor. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because you have entered the phase where pressure no longer defines you, clarity does. You may notice that the urgency around this situation has softened, not because the situation disappeared, but because you have changed how it lands inside you. That is the most important shift. When plans are made in the shadows, they depend on emotional reactions, confusion, and fear to succeed. And right now, you are offering none of that. You are steady. You are present. You are grounded in a way that quietly removes leverage from anyone trying to move you without accountability. Don't scroll. Listen to this. You may feel a calm resolve in your body now, a sense that even if outcomes change, you will not collapse. That confidence didn't come from reassurance outside of you. It came from alignment within you. The universe has been teaching you how to stand without bracing, how to stay alert without becoming anxious, how to prepare without panicking. That's mastery, not survival. Your heart needs this right now because this is the moment where you stop asking, what if, and start trusting, even if. Even if things shift, you will be okay. Even if roles change, your value remains intact. Even if environments rearrange, your purpose travels with you. Don't scroll. Listen to this. People who attempt to displace others indirectly often grow impatient when their timeline doesn't unfold as expected. You may notice subtle escalation now, slightly more pressure, slightly more narrative, slightly more attempts to rush decisions or frame urgency. This is not a sign that they are winning. It's a sign that their plan lacks stability. When truth is present, manipulation rushes. When alignment is present, distortion reveals itself. Your heart needs this right now because your job is not to match their pace. Your job is to stay consistent. Consistency is the antidote to manufactured urgency. Stay factual. Stay professional. Stay anchored. Let your actions speak in the same calm tone every day. Patterns collapse when they cannot provoke variation. Don't scroll. Listen to this. Angel numbers may still be appearing, but now they feel like reassurance instead of warning. 111 when you choose restraint instead of reaction. 222 when you trust timing over pressure. 333 when clarity arrives without effort. 444 when you feel protected even in uncertainty. These are confirmations that you are moving in step with something larger than this situation. Someone may think they're controlling variables, but they are not controlling timing. Divine timing cannot be negotiated with. Your spiritual awakening has brought you into a level of awareness where you no longer need to be right to be secure. You only need to be aligned. That alignment is what keeps you safe. Don't scroll. Listen to this. You may notice now that you're less interested in hypotheticals and more focused on what's real. Less drawn to speculation, more grounded in observation. That's intentional. The universe is training your focus to rest on what you can influence and release what you cannot. You may feel prompted to simplify, to clean up loose ends, to organize your thoughts and your resources. That's not preparation for loss. That's preparation for movement. Movement always begins internally before it shows up externally. Your heart needs this right now because movement does not mean instability, it means growth. And growth always challenges environments that rely on fixed roles. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This situation is also aligning you with the next chapter of your life in ways that may not be obvious yet. The universe does not anchor your long-term peace, love, or stability in places where you must constantly defend your existence. If a space can be quietly influenced to remove you, it was never meant to be your final foundation. That realization is not defeat. It's freedom. Your soulmate path, your sense of belonging, your future security all require environments where your presence is valued openly, not negotiated behind closed doors. Sometimes what looks like opposition is actually the universe clearing the runway. Your heart needs this right now because you are not being demoted, you are being repositioned. Don't scroll. Listen to this. You may feel waves of fatigue or emotional neutrality at times. That's not disengagement. That's your nervous system recalibrating after prolonged alertness. Let yourself rest. Let yourself step back emotionally without disappearing physically. There is a difference. Stay visible. Stay consistent. But do not overextend. Energy management is critical in this phase. Oversharing is not required. Over-explaining is not helpful. Silence paired with presence is powerful. It keeps you centered while allowing others to reveal their intentions through behavior. Don't scroll. Listen to this. If dreams have been vivid or strategic, if you've been imagining alternative paths more clearly, pay attention. Those are not fantasies. They are previews. The universe often shows you where you're going before it fully moves you there so your spirit doesn't resist the transition. If new conversations, ideas, or opportunities begin to appear quietly, don't dismiss them as distractions. They are options forming in parallel. You are not meant to be cornered into a single outcome. You are meant to choose from a position of strength. Your heart needs this right now because choice is returning to you. Don't scroll. Listen to this. As this chapter continues to unfold, you will notice something important. The fear you expected to feel never arrives. Instead, there is steadiness. Instead, there is clarity. Instead, there is an inner knowing that says, whatever happens next will not break me. That knowing is your protection. That knowing is what no one can take from you. By the time outcomes finalize, you will already be emotionally positioned somewhere safer, either anchored where you are with reinforced clarity or smoothly transitioned into a space that matches your worth without resistance. That is how divine alignment works. It does not announce itself loudly. It rearranges quietly in your favor. Stay grounded. Stay aligned. Stay calm. This message is for you because you are not meant to be quietly removed, diminished, or destabilized. You are meant to move forward with dignity, wisdom, and support you are only just beginning to see. Trust the process. Trust your steadiness. Trust that what's unfolding is not working against you, it is correcting the path so you don't have to fight for what is already meant to be yours.